back.
2.
Sick.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I was literally thinking in my head, I was like, one of these days, I'm just going to take the whole intro.
I guess that day is today.
It is today.
You should have done it on your birthday. Greedy.
Every day's my birthday.
All right, you calm down. Mine's closer.
I mean, if we're going retroactively, it's not.
I don't do back pay. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, my name's Ben.
My name's Annabelle.
And welcome to our sleepover.
Welcome to our sleepover round 2.
Round 2, because we filmed 2 minutes of the previous.
Peek behind the curtain. We've done this before.
We have, in fact.
And Annabelle's internet sabotaged us.
As it tends to do.
You'd literally think I'm in Australia.
Yeah. I think it might be better in Australia.
I fear not.
No, that's not true.
That's
because
not true.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But we're back. We're sleeping. We're over.
We're over. You're over.
Yes. And we have a biggie tonight.
We have a banger in store for you.
We do.
You take us away. You seem to be in the little usurping mood, so you take it.
I think I'm more in the efficient mood. I think I was just trying to get the intro over and done with.
You don't want to be here. All right.
But no, we are watching The Princess Diaries.
The Princess Diaries, 2001 classic.
That's correct. We are watching it because, for starters...
Anne Hathaway's birthday was on Tuesday. Last week.
Anne Hathaway's birthday was, in fact, on Tuesday last week. She loves the pod.
She's
clearly
obsessed with the pod. She's a sycophant.
Needed
She's a
to have
listener.
her birthday.
Absolutely. We didn't want to have her on because we thought she'd ruin the vibe, but she understands and she's going to tune in anyway. She's a good sport about it.
Yes. And so it was her birthday. Also... they have announced a Princess Diaries 3.
Yeah, they have. And guess who's on board? The OG2.
The OG2.
The Queen and Princess of Genovia.
Yes. And on top of that, Annabelle and I just love the Princess Diaries.
We love the Princess Diaries, as everyone should. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you have seen it and you don't like it, don't talk to us.
Also, maybe stop having opinions.
No, literally, I actually don't want to hear what you have to say.
I don't think you have anything of substance to say.
Absolutely
if
not.
You don't like the Princess Diaries.
If you're a woman and you don't like it, stay silent. You're used to it. If you're a man, try it for the first time.
Actually, though, if you're a woman and you don't like it, that's crazy.
No, that's literally insane. There's some deep issues going on. Look inwardly.
Those gender stereotypes where it's girls like pink and boys like blue.
Yeah, and I agree with them.
It's girls like Princess Diaries.
And boys like Transformers.
But only in the original trilogy, not the Mark Wahlberg movies.
Not the Marky Mark movies. But boys like Marky Mark.
So true.
So true.
Because... he's got some banging tunes.
He's got a funky bunch of tunes.
He's got a funky bunch of tunes.
He does.
Him and Donnie.
I've always said that.
But no, I hate to ask this.
Okay.
Would you like to give us a rundown?
No, I don't. I think maybe.
I think it's disgusting that we would even have to do this. But
That's
I feel
very true.
For the pod, we should. I feel like you can do this one. That's why I offered.
Okay. I'll give it a go, and then if I need a hand, jump in, save me.
Okay. I'll be silent.
That's crazy for a man. That's insane. No, I'll give it a red hot go. We meet Mia Thermopolis.
The nerves got the better of you.
I know, I'm literally nervous. I'm stumbling over my words. Just as she is, because she's an awkward, bumbling teenage girl in San Francisco. She lives with her mother in a transformed fire station, and she's just your run-of-the-mill schoolgirl. She's not popular. She's kind of a nerd, but
not
she's
hot.
fun. She's not hot because she has curly hair and she wears glasses. And she has the eyebrows the Lord gave her. Her and her best friend Lily hang out. They're having a normal teenage life until one day she is called upon to have tea with her grandmother, played by Dame Julie Andrews, where the bombshell is dropped on her that she is not in fact just your run-of-the-mill ordinary teenage girl. She is in fact an heir to the throne of a fictional country called Genovia, and that she is actually next in line to become queen because Dame Julie Andrews is voluntarily stepping down. And then, for the rest of the movie, she has to train. She has to train to be a princess. She has to turn her awkward, bumbly act upside down and learn to be a lady. And she gets a makeover so that she can become hot. And Mandy Moore wants her dead.
Yes. Cast goes crazy.
Cast goes crazy. Link in description below. Merch coming soon.
This is Anne Hathaway's debut, film debut. It is
introducing Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. What a debut.
I know, introducing Shakespeare's wife.
The world needed to see her. The woman's immortal.
And on top of that, I feel like, we were so young when we watched this like the idea of like this being somebody's first movie didn't really process with me.
And like the thought of her being 18 when she filmed it, I was like, okay, ancient.
Yeah.
Like I didn't occur to me that that's crazy that she's so young and it's her first film.
Yeah. Also, upon my research, I did find out, I believe she was 17 when she filmed this.
Really?
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's illegal.
She was nothing but a baby.
She can't have sex.
She can't vote.
She can't go to war.
She can't buy a lottery ticket.
She's not even close to drinking. Maybe in Genovia.
Maybe. We don't know what the drinking age there. I'm going to guess 13.
I'm going to guess that she's wasted.
Yeah. But no, yeah, we've got Anne Hathaway in her film debut. We've got Dame Julie Andrews.
In her
Mary
film
Poppins
debut.
herself. No, but this was actually one of her, she came out of like a retirement to do this. Oh. Yeah.
Which is, I was telling my mom that we watched this, and we were also kind of saying it when we were watching it, but like, it is crazy that Dame Julie Andrews is in this movie.
It's so crazy. And, growing up, I was like, oh, that's the Julie Andrews I know. She's like this crazy fun Disney girl.
She's just one of the crazy Disney girlies. Star
favorite
of Hannah
Disney
Montana.
actor is Julie Andrews.
Literally.
But I mean, she was Mary Poppins, so she's got history with Disney.
Very she's always been Disney's little golden girl. Golden Goose.
Yeah.
Sound of Music, is that Disney? Could be.
I don't think it is.
Disney loves Nazis. So
they do love Nazis, but I don't think they're putting them on.
That's true. The Von Trapps made it out alive, so
yeah,
not
I
on
don't think
Walt's
that would
watch.
have happened.
Not on Walt's watch.
No. But yeah, we've got Dame Julie Andrews here, and then
thank God.
Mandy Moore, another heavy hitter.
Mandy, give me more.
Truly.
That's actually like one of my big notes for the movie. I want more of Mandy.
She left such an impression on me as a kid, and I didn't realize how little she was actually in this movie.
I could not agree more. I could not echo those sentiments harder, because genuinely, I thought that she was like in it more than Lily.
Yeah.
And I wish she were. She's probably about as nice to her as Lily is.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Lily, we've got Heather Matarazzo.
We've got out and proud Heather Matarazzo.
Yeah, playing the best friend. And last but not least, this is what I needed to tell you.
Okay, yeah, this
that
is the bombshell from the other day.
Yes. I don't know if you know this, and you might know this, and it might be really disappointing once I tell you, but let me tell you that it shocked me to my core, through my bones.
Is he a Nepo baby?
He is a Nepo baby.
John Lennon.
And it makes so much sense
Paul
when
McCartney.
you hear who he is. So Michael is Lily's brother, right? He's Lily's brother.
He's Lily's brother.
But
and
he's also
Mia's
sort of the
lover.
love interest.
Yeah. They kiss, she
in it
pops.
as well.
Yeah.
Now, Michael is played by... I'm just going to give you his last name, because that's going to give it away. Schwartzman.
Shut up. Okay, I actually so see that.
It makes so much sense after I found out.
Yeah. Is he his brother?
He's his brother, yeah.
He's hotter than his brother.
Well,
Yeah.
look at him now.
So that is actually...
I don't know.
That is how that came to me, because I said he can't have aged well. He just looks like someone who didn't age well. Even though he's cute at the time. And was I right?
He is, in fact, a Schwartzman. I don't know if he aged super well. He's got a family. He's cute.
Good for all of them. Good for them.
But yeah, I saw his name and I said, you know what? It's got to be a relative, because there's no way
How
it's
many
not.
Schwartzmans are in show business?
Literally, they just keep popping up.
The Schwartzmans are taking over.
I cannot
Not
believe
on
that there's
Walt
a
Disney's
Schwartzman
watch.
in The Princess Diaries.
No, that's actually crazy that he's
Yeah.
like a love interest in The Princess Diaries.
Yes, I know. Imagine it was Jason.
No, I don't want to. I actually refuse to do that. Like, Jason, I know you're watching, because Anne put you onto us because she's a huge fan. But, babe, love you. I don't want you in this role. And I don't think you want to be in this role. I don't think that's what you're cut out for. I don't think it's what we want you to be cut out for.
Yeah.
Leave that to your brother.
Yeah, but truly, the cast goes crazy, and that's what I mean when I say the cast goes crazy, is that there's a Schwartzman in this movie.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Who plays her
I'm so
mom?
glad. So that's a really good... Her mother's name is Helen.
Keller.
That's the actor's name, yes. No, Helen Thermopolis is in fact played by Caroline Goodall.
Jane's sister?
Now, I don't know. She's actually English.
So is Jane, correct?
Her mother.
Or is she married?
I don't know. I don't think they're related. But I think you'll love to know that she's done quite a lot. She's also still acting.
Good. I feel like I recognize her from things.
Yeah.
She done like a Marple or Poirot?
So her first credit, well, actually, sorry, her second film credit is Hook.
Yes. Okay. Familiar. Seen it.
She's also a like relatively important person, maybe fourth build in Schindler's List.
What?
Yes.
Helen Thermopolis is in Schindler's List?
She is, in fact.
Again, Walt Disney would never.
Fourth build, yep.
That's crazy.
And then something else that I think this is big for me.
Okay.
She plays
in Big Time
Mandy
Rush.
Moore's mother in Chasing Liberty.
Wait, that's in... When was Chasing Liberty? 2003, I want to say?
Chasing Liberty was 3 years after The Princess Diaries. Three years after.
Okay. That's wild. So she went from Anne Hathaway's mother to the mother of her enemy?
She did, and then she went back to Anne Hathaway's mother in A Princess Diaries 2.
God, so she has no loyalty.
No.
She may chase liberty, but she does not chase loyalty. That's she does have freedom. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. She's done a lot.
That's insane.
Yeah, she was in a Poirot. She played Lady Yardley in The Adventure of the Western Star.
Okay. I would have seen it.
That's it.
No, that's huge. That's all I needed. Say no
yeah,
more.
she's been around and she's still going around. She kills. I love her mother.
Me too.
Also, speaking of family, the father. So
Rinaldi.
Mia Thermopolis's father is dead.
Oh yeah, and there's a photo of him.
There is a moment where they like pan to a photo of him, and I was jokingly being like, "Who is that man? Is that man?" That man is in fact Anne Hathaway's real father.
Wait, really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's her daddy.
That's so fun.
I know.
Mr. Hathaway, like from the song
Mr.
Rehab.
Hathaway. Yes. Yep, that's him.
Oh my god, Amy could not learn from him.
I know. I truly, because I really wanted to know who that man was, so I was like, I need to dig and find.
That is such a fun fact.
Yeah, it was her daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't do any research.
I know. Well, also speaking of her father, so this movie is based on a book.
Yes. Meg Kelly?
I believe
Meg
so.
Cabot? Meg Cabot. Meg
Yeah,
Cabot.
it's Cat.
Yeah, Cabot.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So it's based off of a book, and in the book, her father's not dead in the book.
Really?
Her dad has testicular cancer.
Oh.
Instead.
So he's
of being
on
dead.
the way to dead.
I guess. But obviously Disney felt that was too adult, so they killed him.
That's so funny. But they killed him and then like also had them be divorced. They let that happen.
Mm-hmm. They let him be divorced and they killed him.
Disney really pick and choose with no sense of consistency.
But like, God forbid we talk about cancer in a movie, but we'll kill a dad.
We'll kill him. But is it because it was testicular?
I'm unsure if it was. I read that it's because it was too adult themed, which
That's
could
crazy.
go either way in terms of testicular or cancer.
Yeah.
I feel like for Disney. So
Yeah, they said, "Oh, balls, let's murder him."
yeah. It's much easier to just kill somebody off, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but the book is very obviously similar to the movie.
Yes.
I have not read.
I have.
And you didn't know that fact that I just spewed off?
I read it as a child.
I have another fact about
Yep.
the book that's different from the movie that I feel like I kind of wish they did.
Okay.
And I know what your reaction is going to be when I tell you why or what, but it's not for the reason you think. So the makeover scene.
Oh, yes.
Iconic. We can talk about that.
They made her blonde.
They made her blonde. Why did they not make Anne Hathaway blonde?
That's actually crazy.
It's so fitting of the times to be like, oh, hotter blonde.
No, and that's true. It's objectively true. And don't you know it? That's kind of crazy.
I feel like it would have been such a bigger like change too, like to actually warrant like, whoa, you look so different.
Yeah. Did Anne Hathaway
rather
not
than
want to
straightening her hair?
Okay, but you know that worked for me. I was saying when we were watching
so
it
annoying.
that as a child, crazy take, do not remotely agree with it now. I was very distracted by hair. As a child, media taught me that curly hair equals ugly. I had Simone's self-hating going on clearly. And so when they straightened her hair, I said, oh my God, how did they do that? How did they transform her from the ugliest woman I've ever seen to the hottest woman on earth? Like, how did they do that?
The makeover scene is maybe the most iconic scene in the whole movie. I feel like
it's one of my go-to scenes that I think of when I think of a makeover scene.
And I also feel like if you were to just like do something similar to that in any other form of media, you would be like, oh, they're referencing the Princess Diaries.
They Princess Diaries.
Like,
especially
so
like
obvious.
The two photos and they're like, yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
And so, yeah, the makeover scene, they bring in a stylist to straighten her hair, give her new makeup.
Also want to cast star of
give her
10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You, yes. The dad plays the stylist.
Papa.
They give her contacts, they get rid of her glasses, they give her a makeover, they straighten her hair, and it's just this huge reveal of like a sexier Anne Hathaway at age 17.
Horned up Anne Hathaway.
And she's embarrassed by it, and it takes...
She's so embarrassed that she has straight hair. She wears a beanie. Crazy.
But her best friend is a bitch.
Let's talk about Lily.
Okay, let's talk about Lily. I would love
Let's talk about the L word, Lily.
Not the L word. Honestly, at this
Heather
point in the
Matarazzo,
game...
star of the L word.
Is she in the L word?
She is in the L word. I looked it up.
Oh, that's iconic of her.
When we were looking up her sexuality, I in fact saw that she was in the L word, and I said it was right behind me.
She created the L word because Lily is in fact derogatory.
So true. I wouldn't call her a friend. Insane that we had to in the plot recount.
The worst friend
on earth
to exist. Yeah.
I feel like many would probably be familiar with the classic line. In the film, when Anne Hathaway is like talking about her dad and how she misses him, and she's like, "Oh, you say it." I don't know the exact words.
I thought you got over that. What was that, like 2 months ago?
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
And also, as a child, did not clock. I said true.
Oh, same. I don't know if I said true,
no,
but I
don't
also
think I noticed.
didn't think anything
I just
of
did
it,
not notice. I didn't notice. And watching it, I'm like, it's been only 2 months since her
father
dad died.
Yeah.
I told my mum that, and she was like, it was only 2 months? Like, how is everyone over it? Julie Andrews doesn't seem to care that much.
No, she's... Although he does say you're still wearing black, so she is mourning the death of her son.
Is she mourning the death of her son or the death of her husband? Because he was like, you never dance anymore, and then he like woos her.
I think it's her son. I really think it's her son.
I would really hope to think, because 2 months is crazy.
No, I think it's her son. But yeah, for her to if my friend ever said that to me, I'd argue we probably were not friends to begin with, and would not be friends moving forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. Unless it was like the only universe I could ever see that being a thing is if they were joking.
Yeah.
To like try and make
crazy
you feel better.
Joke to make about your dead dad.
I don't know. I feel like, look, Alistair's alive and well, and he will continue to be. If it happened and you said that to me, I would find it funny.
I just truly don't think I would ever touch that subject.
And you know what? Neither would I. Neither would I.
Yeah. And like on top of that, that's not the only example of Lily being maybe a horrible friend.
No.
It continues throughout the whole movie. Like, for example, following the makeover.
Following the straight hair reveal.
Berates her to the point of like no return, where she is absolutely trying to like verbally destroy Anne Hathaway for getting her hair straightened. Yeah,
she's like, you sell out, like what?
She's like, it looks awful. Horrible. You look horrible.
And I'm like, 1, untrue. Curly-haired people are ugly. 2, what do you mean? What do you mean? Clearly she was just jealous or in love with her.
Yeah.
I think canonically Lily's a lesbian.
Oh, although
canonically Lily's a bisexual. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
she does end up with a guy in the second one, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she does, and also like she quote unquote is supposed to be like the love interest of that magician guy in this one.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
But I'd say is bisexual because I think she's
got to be in love with Mia Thermopolis Rinaldi.
Who could blame her?
No, who isn't? But also, what a sibling little rivalry.
Yeah. No, truly.
That's Princess Diaries 3.
Both of them going after her. That'd be so fun.
That would be incredible.
We should write Princess Diaries 3 and then we'll pitch it.
And I know you're watching. Just let us in the room, babes. You're probably
I know you probably need a story. Yeah.
I know you're searching. Okay?
We've got one.
We've got one right here. And it's actually copyrighted, so you need us.
Do you want to drop the crazy Heather Matarazzo fact, though?
Heather Matarazzo is not only a lesbian and star of the L Word. She is, in fact, also a 9/11 survivor. But not in the way you might think. She had a meeting at the World Trade Center on the 11th of September 2001 that she overslept for and did not make. We could have lost national treasure and world's worst friend, Heather Matarazzo. Princess Diaries could have played out so differently.
It is so true. And thank God she overslept, because then we got
God.
Lily Truscott. Truscott? That's
Hannah Montana.
Wait, what is her last name?
Lily Matarazzo.
They definitely tell us, but
Yeah, Michael and Lily.
Yep.
Yeah. Rinaldi.
Moskovitz. But we thank God she overslept, because we get her in the second one.
So true. And she is better in the second one.
Yes, but she doesn't have the opportunity to be horrible in the second one, I think.
That's true. She shows up like, no, you know what? I actually think I was like happy to see her in the second one. I was like,
You know what happens in the second one?
She has straight hair.
She comes out of the closet.
She literally comes out of the closet with
She
straight
comes out
hair,
of the closet
which is
in the
crazy.
second one. Yep.
And that's why we like her.
Yep. Gay awakening.
Gay-kening.
This was her. Yep. She came out of the closet in the second one.
And that's why she was so mean in the first one. She was just dealing
I agree.
with some pent up.
Yeah, some internalized homophobia.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've all been there.
I feel like as a kid, I didn't hate her character, though. So that's why maybe in the second one, I was also like, oh my gosh, Lily.
So I think the first time I watched it, I didn't. But definitely I remember like finding her annoying, not for the dad comment, which is wild, but for the like, you look so ugly. Like the hair, I remember being like,
that did make me angry.
Up. I forgave her by the end.
Yeah, same.
But I definitely remember finding that annoying. But then in the second one, I remember not finding her annoying at all. I also think she's a lot hotter in the second one. So that was better for me as well. I found her more palatable on screen.
The worst.
And that is because her hair is better in the second one.
You're so hair blind. It's absolutely crazy.
Not anymore. I'm fully.
I think you said not as much.
I was about to. No, I've genuinely gotten over that. I have.
Good.
It was a big turning point for me. But,
oh my gosh.
I had a hair problem. I blame media.
Let's talk about Anne Hathaway.
Let's do it. Academy Award winner.
Is not an Academy Award winner for this movie, which
or
criminal.
its sequel, but for the third installment,
there's a chance.
Bet your ass she is.
It could happen.
Yeah.
But she actually, for a film debut and for a 17-year-old,
incredible.
Yeah.
So good. Great performance. Believed every second of it, and she's so likable, and it comes through.
Yeah.
Like
and
literally
that's so
perfect.
Big coming from you, because I know how much you hate Anne Hathaway.
You need to quit it with this slander. If
There's
we have one more
and it's
podcast
true.
episode, no.
Ask anybody who knows her in real life. Annabelle hates Anne Hathaway.
That's
and
literally
she'll be the first
not true.
person to talk absolute major. Don't act shocked. I see. You're like, I've never. What?
Okay, I haven't. I'm not shocked that you're saying it, because this is classic Ben Thomas behavior. Can't trust a word out of the boy's mouth.
Classic Annabelle hating Anne Hathaway.
Love Anne Hathaway. I love Anne Hathaway. I don't love her performance. Nope. I don't love her performance in Les Mis.
Sound off in the comments about how much you hate Annabelle right now.
Shut your mouth. Please don't. And I'm sorry. I'm glad you've got an Oscar. I just don't love you in Les Mis.
I'd say there are two good performances in Les Mis.
Who are there? If you say Russell Crowe, I'm Anne Hathaway and Russell Crowe.
Not Russell Crowe. No, Anne Hathaway and Samantha Parks.
I was assuming it was going to be that. I think Hugh Jackman's good. He's a good Jean Valjean.
What? You sitting there and saying that you thought Hugh Jackman was good in Les Mis and then shit talking Anne Hathaway is maybe the craziest thing to ever happen in this world.
I hate I Dreamed a Dream. Hate it.
It's so good.
No, it's not.
It is so emotional.
Oh,
it's so raw.
I'd actually pay money for her to find the tune. I would literally pay money.
I'm sorry. Unless you're tone deaf, it's right there, baby girl.
Not. No, it's not. Doesn't even actually get to a tune. Just croaks it. Just croaks it.
I think you might have heard it wrong because it genuinely is perfect.
It's not.
And it's so vulnerable. It's so emotional. It's so perfect. It's really good.
Agree to disagree.
There's a reason she won the Oscar.
Nope. Yeah, it's because she uglied up.
Agree to disagree with the world.
No.
Is what you're saying.
There's many a person who also agree with me. I feel like it's split. Some people love her in Les Mis. Some people...
Name them.
Theater kids.
Oh my god. So, never mind. I can't talk.
What?
Nothing.
What?
But you just answered my question. Thank you.
How? No, because I remember everyone, like, people were coming after her singing in the movie, and then, like, others were defending her by being like, yeah, but it was all filmed live. And then everyone's like, yeah, everyone who plays Eponine on Broadway does it live 8 nights a week.
And I'd argue she's better than a lot of the performances that I've seen.
Not, like,
also
Broadway caliber.
I've seen, no, like, from the live, like, Broadway West End performances that I've seen, I'd argue that she's much better than a lot of those performances. I'd also like to point out you did name the wrong character.
Eponine. Fantine. Fantine.
It's like, it's not helping your point, but that's okay.
Doesn't help or detract. Okay.
No, but that's okay. Now that you've, honestly, what you've said in this conversation has brought a lot of light to your statements before, and I am grateful that you said that because now it makes a lot of sense what you think. Nothing.
How?
I think we should move on. What were we talking about?
Anne Hathaway.
Oh yes, she's so good in this movie.
Apart from that single performance, I have liked her in everything else, and that is true.
She's so good in this movie.
She is really good in this movie.
I'm assuming you know, like, the story that has been told about a million times. I feel like
about how she got cast?
She got this role. Yeah.
No.
Do you not? I feel like you might after I say it though. I feel like I've read this in like 1,000 outlets and stuff, so I feel like you'll know it. Mm-hmm. But she did in fact audition. Obviously for this movie she auditioned.
Yeah.
And during her audition she fell out of her chair. Accidentally. And
they kept it.
Obviously the casting directors were like, oh my god, she's so quirky. Like, she's so clumsy like Mia Thermopolis. Mm-hmm. And that was apparently some of the, like, driving factors into what she got or why she got the role.
Wow, that's funny.
So if you're going to audition, make sure you mess up.
And then they'll keep it in the movie. They'll say, do that.
They'll give you a lead role in a movie.
And then you'll win an Oscar.
Years later,
that's your trajectory. Yeah. And then you'll have sex with Nicholas Galitzine on screen.
For a second, I was like, I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's true. I'm just going up. I'm trying to do her entire career timeline.
Yeah. You'll play Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, you will. You'll be in a horrible remake of a fabulous movie.
Oh, you mean the greatest movie in existence?
Hey, man. But then you'll also be in a fun sequel to a good series. I shouldn't say it.
Oh, I was gonna say, what are you talking about?
You know
the one. But yeah, I feel like that's the story that everyone always tells as, like, crazy audition stories. And
I
it's
didn't know.
Anne Hathaway fell out of her chair at her Princess Diaries audition. Which I might be wrong, and I should probably save this for when we watch the sequel. But I swore that maybe Chris Pine like lied about being able to ride horses or something like that.
That
for
sounds
Princess Diaries 2.
familiar. I remember him talking about it on Armchair Expert, but I can't remember what he said.
Or like, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Somebody, I swear, like lied about being able to ride horses to get
Was it Anne Hathaway again?
The way that I'm like, is it?
I mean, it would work because she lies in the film about being able, like, she can't ride and then has to do the fake foot thing. She
didn't need to
audition. She's already in it.
Audition, yeah. Oh. Wait. Is it okay? I think it's Julie Andrews.
What? Julie Andrews lied to get on the set of Princess Diaries 2?
I don't think she I don't know. Okay, so apparently in an interview, Julie Andrews said that she did all of her own, not all, but like did her own stunts during Princess Diaries 2, but the footage says otherwise.
That's so funny. So she just lied about it. She's like, yeah, I did that.
So actually it's Julie Andrews.
It's just Julie Andrews is a liar in interviews.
Yeah.
She can be. Like, she could literally lie to my face. I could do all her stunts for her and she could say, I did them, and I'd say, you're so right.
What would possess her to do that, though?
That's
like, why would she lie about that?
Is she senile? No, I'm kidding, Julie. I know you're also watching.
She's getting up there.
No, I don't care. I literally don't care because she's perfect and she's on the ball. She's young. Is perfect. She's hot.
I agree with
she's
that.
Perfect.
Okay,
I'm in love with her.
I won't lie to you. She's actually younger than I thought she was.
What? She's like late 70s?
Did you just say late 70s?
I know she's not. I'm trying to
be 89.
Kind to her. No, okay. Like, I know, I genuinely figured. I know that she's older than my grandma.
What is she, like 50s?
What, she like 25?
Yeah, she's 89, which I, for some reason, thought she was like 93, 94.
That's insane because she looks phenomenal. I think maybe my sound cut out because what I should be hearing is a chorus of "You're so right, she's so hot." So I'm actually just really confused.
No, she does look good.
What?
She looks good.
She looks amazing.
Yeah,
what?
She looks good. No, she does. She does. I was just looking at pictures of her. She looks good.
I'm sickened.
I'm sorry.
You're the problem.
As an 89-year-old woman, she looks great, I think, personally.
She could be literally 20, and I'd say hot, looks it.
Oh, my God. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. But, so, yes, she is going to be in the third movie, though, for all we know, if it actually comes to fruition. I don't think they've filmed anything yet.
They haven't filmed anything, but they've announced. And
they have like officially announced, yes.
Yes. And people have been wanting it for years. And they've both said in interviews, they're like, oh, like if the other's down, I'd be down, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. And I think they said they have a story.
Well, now they've got another story.
We gave them one.
So I hear what I just heard, actually. Princess Diaries 3 and 4, greenlit. Filmed at the same time, released separately.
Back-to-back years.
Back to back. Okay, Wicked Part 1 and Part 2.
Here comes Princess Diaries 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
3 and 3.5.
Okay, Lion King. Except this one's real.
This one is real and it should exist. But speaking of Anne Hathaway getting the part, I love to hit you with the who auditioned or who was up for the part.
Okay, who was up for the part?
I've got quite a few.
Oh my god. Do you think I can guess
January
any?
Jones is one of them.
What? Why?
Yeah.
I actually don't want to say that.
I would love for you to try and guess the others. I've got 3 more.
January Jones is so random though.
Okay, but the other ones make a little bit more sense. One of them I know for a fact you can guess.
Were they like big in 2001?
Yeah.
Julia Stiles.
No.
Are they brunette?
Yeah.
In 2001?
Yeah, it feels a little early, but yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know.
Haley Duff.
Okay, first of all, blonde.
Haley?
Haley's also a dirty blonde.
Haley is brunette.
Give me a second.
Haley is brunette.
She is... Okay, she's
Haley Duff is
naturally
undoubtedly
a
blonde.
brunette, but that girl blondes her hair.
Okay, but in... what
in everything I've ever
Girls,
seen this,
she is
look
brunette.
I swear to God, go to Google Images and look at every single photo except for one.
Material Girls, she's brunette.
She is a blonde. Even to this day, I think she's a blonde.
Material Girls, she is brunette.
So Haley Duff is undoubtedly a blonde. So no, it's not Haley Duff.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh no.
Oh. Nicole Scherzinger.
Okay, I think we're gonna stop the guessing game. I think your time has ended.
Okay.
I'll go from sort of weirdest to like the most makes sense. Mm-hmm. So the next one is Emmy Rossum.
Was she around?
She auditioned. I don't think she wasn't offered the role.
I was gonna say, wasn't like when was Shameless?
How old was she?
She's like 40 something, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like age-wise makes sense, and honestly, like casting type makes sense. Like I could see her doing
Phantom was 3 years after.
Phantom was 2004.
It was.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She's good in that.
So but she auditioned.
Okay.
Weird. I don't think I want that one.
I could see it. I'd be fine with it. I prefer Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Which she's blonde.
Yeah.
Naturally. So that would have been kind of a weird.
That can't work.
That's more of a Mandy Moore for me. I feel like she'd be more in that role.
I don't see it. I don't want to see it.
So I think that one also doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But the one that makes a lot of sense for me is Amanda Bynes.
Sure.
I think that she could have done it.
I think she could have done it. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I think she was really young in 2001.
She would have been really young in 2001. And also, I think the movie tonally would have been so different.
I agree. I think it would have been more of like a slapstick comedy.
It would have been like She's the Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want that. I also don't see her as Julie Andrews' granddaughter.
Yes. You know what? I actually do.
That's crazy.
I do.
See, Anne Hathaway, I'd believe, because she has a grace about her. Even though she's like awkward and quacky, like she does, like as a person, have a grace about her.
I think in terms of Amanda Bynes, that's the comedy behind it, is that she doesn't have a grace about her.
Not one. Like Anne Hathaway, I'd believe is English. If she didn't open her mouth, I would believe it.
So true. I also feel like this role was maybe made for Anne Hathaway, and I don't think that there is another person that I could envision playing 100%. The role.
Yeah, this is hers. And it's just like, she's perfect.
Yes, couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
But I just think that I feel like you're right that the movie would completely change if we put Amanda Bynes in there.
Different film.
Did do the math. Especially her and Emmy Rossum both would have been 14 when the movie came out.
That's crazy.
Or 15, sorry.
Okay, so I guess the age of...
Correct.
But then when they filmed, wouldn't they have been 13?
Well, I think because Anne Hathaway was born so late in the year, that's why she was 17.
Okay, so they would have been like 14.
They would have been probably 14, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. But...
That's wild.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. It would have been a little more age accurate. Because I honestly don't look at Anne Hathaway in this movie and think... I don't even think 17-year-old.
I think she looks like 20.
I would have said 20. Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
She looks older. But
she does.
It works, but...
She looks older, but like in a good way.
Yeah. But this movie, I feel like, I don't know. The other difference from the book that I was just confused about, I don't know why they changed it, is it's originally set in New York.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why did they change it?
I think this movie like taught me what San Francisco was.
Me too, 100%. This is my well, I mean, but I'm not American.
I know.
No, like this is the first thing I think of when I think San Francisco. Hands down.
This is also the first thing I think of, but I also think of Full House.
I did not watch Full House growing up remotely. And like have honestly never seen an episode. But I've seen like I know, crazy. I've seen like the intro. I know like I do very much associate it with San Francisco, and it's probably my second association, but my number one, Princess Diaries.
For sure, this is my number one. I watched a lot of Full House growing up. But I definitely watched this more.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of like that they changed it from New York because it's sort of like a place that you don't see a lot in movies.
I feel like we've seen a lot of like New York become like rich people. Like we've seen that. Yeah.
And this movie really sort of like uses San Francisco as a location to its advantage.
Very much so. They show it off.
Yeah, they really do. Which I kind of love, like the trolley and
I also feel like Anne Hathaway's mom, Helen, is like the picture of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like artsy mom, they live in a firehouse, they like she finishes school, they go home, they make art together, they go rock climbing. Like that's so San Francisco. That doesn't happen in New York. What are we doing?
Yeah.
That would happen in Brooklyn now, but not in 2001.
Yeah.
That's very San Francisco. Also, like she's a vegetarian. That's so San Francisco.
They did a great job of like
they kind of leaned into the San Francisco stereotype in a fun way.
Yeah. Not to brag, Annabelle and I have both been to San Francisco, but only one of us has been to the Princess Diaries locations.
Okay.
I did a little Princess Diaries tour last time I was there.
That is true. That's actually insane that I didn't. I know what's wrong with me.
I know. I got to see the house. I got to see the school. Went to the arcade and like the lookout place that they go to.
That's so cool.
It was very cool.
I've been to the Full House.
Same. Miss, I've never watched an episode, and that's what you went to?
I know. And also, literally, like, my fault. I made the itinerary.
That's so crazy.
I said I need to get a photo. Wild. And then I got a photo outside and never posted it.
Why didn't you put the Princess Diaries stuff on the list? Did you just not think about it?
I don't know what's wrong with me. My association at the time was The Room.
Oh.
That's big for San Francisco. Huge. But like all of the locations of that are like the Golden Gate Bridge.
What's that?
Honestly, most underwhelming thing I've ever seen.
I also feel like they don't really like showcase the Golden Gate Bridge in this movie.
You barely see it. You don't even, maybe you don't see it. Like I don't remember, which I like because that was the most underwhelming thing about San Francisco for me.
I actually have some beef with the Golden Gate Bridge because it's free
What's
to
yours?
go over one way. It's free to go over one way, but it's not free to go back.
Really?
And you either go back and you pay the toll, which is like $20, I think, or you drive 2 hours through the mountains to get all the way around.
That's insane.
That's my beef with the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's crazy.
What's your beef?
So you had a car. Donna and I didn't. We had to Uber to this location that I found that was allegedly like the best view of the Golden Gate Bridge and like best for photos, which honestly it was. Got a pretty fun photo outside it, but we got there and then because it was like so remote, we couldn't order an Uber back. So we were waiting there for like 45 minutes for a car to eventually come. And that also is actually the exact weekend I started taking laxatives for the first time because I don't poo. And I started taking them, nothing was working. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna have like triple. So I had triple and they hit while I was at the Golden Gate Bridge. No Ubers in sight. So I had to run to a public bathroom which didn't have any toilets working. There was just a hole in the ground. And then I pooped myself in a hole in the ground next to the Golden Gate Bridge.
I cannot believe you just laid that story out in the pod. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've got some beef with the Golden Gate Bridge. Also, it's just kind of ugly.
Yeah, it's boring.
It's like...
But for a second...
Yeah.
I was just going to say that, we're both traffic related, our beef, and then you just kept going.
That's the problem with me. I just don't stop.
But also...
Well, it is traffic related. Because if they got there quicker, maybe I could have pooped in a toilet.
And also the traffic of your bowel movement.
Very true. Too much traffic in one way and not enough in the other.
In the other, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the same. So I spent a few days in San Francisco, and then the rest of the week we spent in Utah.
High School Musical.
So we got to see the High School Musical, and I won't lie, much cooler.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Much cooler than the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel a little spoiled. Sydney gives good bridge.
It does, yeah.
So I genuinely thought it was going to be incredible. Then I saw it and I was like, what? I left Sydney for this?
I won't lie, though. I did enjoy San Francisco itself as a city. There was a lot
me too,
to
definitely.
do. There was a lot of good coffee.
Sure.
That was a big thing. I thoroughly enjoyed San Francisco, but I did enjoy Utah more, but I also think that's more of like me as a person. Salt Lake, like that area, like the nature part of it was more up my alley than San Francisco.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, I spent like 3 days there. I didn't spend very long. It was just a little pit stop. We flew directly from Sydney to San Francisco on the way to New York, just for like funsies to break up the trip. And any excuse not to fly through LA because LAX is a nightmare.
Hey, I love LAX.
Are you serious?
I do.
That's the most.
I don't like parking at LAX, but I like.
That's the
LAX
most
as an airport.
Insane opinion I've ever had in my life. I hate LAX security. They're so mean.
Oh, well, I'm American.
And a man. You're a white American man. Yeah, no, they suck. But San Francisco airport was lovely. The rest of it was nice. There are lots of different little areas that all have different vibes, so it was fun.
Yeah, San Francisco, it's a fun city.
First Whole Foods I ever went into was in San Francisco.
Oh my God, wow.
I didn't buy a thing, but I walked around.
Stop. I love that this is set in San Francisco. I think it makes it
Me too. It's like a love letter to San Francisco.
Sort of unique. Not a lot of... It's a different city to choose from rather than the big ones they always choose.
Yeah, with there's enough movies in New York.
Enough in Chicago, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like Chicago's such a big one. LA is obviously
a big one. I wouldn't believe that... I don't know. I feel like awkward, quirky people like that don't grow up in New York.
Yeah.
I believe it less.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, San Francisco makes sense. I think you're right.
Because, she was, shocked to be a princess. Whereas here, I don't know. I feel like you'd be like, sure.
You'd be like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This day and age, they'd be like, I did my ancestry.
Exactly. Yeah. Should be too street smart to be awkward.
So true. So true. Mm-hmm. So give me your Letterboxd. Out of 10, what are we giving this movie? I need to know your number.
I know. I in fact gave this movie a 5 out of 5.
That's crazy.
No, but
I also give it a 5
whoa,
out of 5.
what? That's crazy.
And I do think that it's nostalgia driven.
A little. Though also, it's perfect.
I think it's a good movie. I really do. Like,
I wouldn't change anything.
Taking out my biases. But I also think that if I had watched it now without having seen it as a kid, I probably wouldn't give it a 10.
I might.
I feel like I'd be at like an 8 or a 9.
That's true. Maybe not a 10.
I think I'd be at a 9. And I think that
Depends
1 star
what mood
comes
I'm
from
in.
like a bias. Yeah.
Minions as a group, 10.
I've got something to tell you that you're not going to like.
What?
So we talked about critics' response to this movie, which was pretty like mid. It was like 50% or something.
It's no Cinderella story, but like it's not great.
Yeah. But it's not great, especially for the movie it is. Because I feel like I can understand maybe the Cinderella story hate a little bit.
I don't.
But this one I don't quite understand as much.
Like with Academy Award winner Dame Julie Andrews in it, like I feel like that instantly elevates it for critics. Like they care about that.
So true. Roger Ebert, we all know him, we all love him.
Do we?
Famous critic.
Yeah.
This movie was on his most hated list.
Jesus Christ. What? Why?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Why?
I know. I actually don't know why.
He hates women.
I don't know. I mean, probably.
He hates girlhood. He hates San Francisco.
He hates having fun.
He hates dead fathers. Like what?
Maybe.
He hates
I
royalty.
truly don't know why, but this movie is in fact on his most hated list, which is crazy.
Insane.
Because there's no world where it deserves that.
I actually never want to meet that man. I don't want to meet a man whose like most hated movie is The Princess Diaries.
I know. I feel like if anything,
Oppenheimer on his favorite movie list. I spent
Probably
15 minutes at
Oppenheimer.
work tonight talking about how much I don't like Oppenheimer.
I mean, the man himself did not see Oppenheimer, so I have no idea. But I'm sure his because he's got a whole crew of critics now working for him, which that's why I really hate that it still is like the Roger Ebert like website.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're not Roger Ebert.
No.
So
who do you think you are?
let's when did he die?
2001. The movie killed him.
That's funny. Oh my god, 2013. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. So
It's
he's
been
missed
a while.
lot of good movies.
He saw Les Mis.
Poor man did not see Your Monster.
That I don't want to live in that world. Well, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not live in that world, unfortunately. But yeah, I would love to know why. I don't know why he hated this movie so much. It's sad.
That's sad. Like, clearly, I think he would have lived longer if he lived a little. You know?
Yeah.
If he just, like, smiled more, learnt to laugh, looked at life and didn't take it so seriously. I'm a doctor. That's my diagnosis.
Yeah. He was 70 years old when he died.
That's not old.
I want to say, I mean, I know he had cancer.
Oh. Testicular?
Maybe that's why he hated it, because he read the book.
Oh my god, it rubbed in the wrong way.
But I mean, like, it was always a thing. Like, back in the day, they were like, he always just hated everything. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, he's always giving a bad review.
Yeah. I just think he's a curmudgeon. He hates because it's cool
I'm trying to find
hate.
out how he died, and I can't.
Yeah. Well,
so it's a secret.
That's, yeah. Of course he died with secrets. He seems like that kind of man.
Okay, it was in fact thyroid cancer.
Okay.
That
Well, that's
is
rough.
unfortunate.
I don't wish that upon anyone. That's awful.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna place a copy of Princess Diaries on his
gravestone
and I
say,
feel like he'd
watch
appreciate
it in a
it
new
more.
light.
Yep.
And I think he will.
Because it's crazy that he hated it so much.
No,
to
that's
give it
literally
on the most hated
insane.
list, but
Like, yeah. He died with so much
this for
hatred in his heart.
it would be in like one of my favorite movies list.
I agree.
Definitely.
I agree. I love
it. You heard it here first.
That's so true. Watch Princess Diaries.
Honestly, actually, genuinely.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. And if you have, give it a rewatch.
Give it a rewatch. I feel like you deserve it. So you can find out just how awful Lily is, really. And we're not just
You need to experience that firsthand. Because honestly, her delivery as well, not that it's bad, I believe her, but unfortunately, I believe her because she really lands those lines.
She lands them a little too hard.
Too hard. Hits home. Don't like.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, other than that, I think I'm all princessed out.
I literally don't think that there's a princess left in the kingdom.
I don't think there is. And the only princess I know is Mia Thermopolis.
Amen. My 15-year-old princess.
A woman. Anne Hathaway.
There's one woman. There's a woman and her name's Anne Hathaway.
So true.
So true.
But I think that we could leave it there.
I think we're just feeling a little sick.
I think that we're going to see you
next Tuesday.
I wanted to give that one to you.
Thank you. I needed something.
You're so welcome.
Bye.